I think you would be perfect for something like this.
It would be a lot of fun, and I'm interested to get all the info about it from Frankie Runquist, the creator of Funny Bachelor. Now, Frankie, I can't lie, right before we went to commercial break, I accidentally called you Katie, which is super awkward the first time that you're meeting someone, and I got to imagine that you had some type of weird experience on a first date that gave you the idea for this.
You know, actually, it really came to me just like picking on my male comedian friends, and we were just like, it just came out actually from a joke, not even from my own dating life, even though my dating life has been a joke, but like, that's totally separate. But yeah, no, it was actually just like me riffing with the guys, and the show started off, like I said, as a joke, but it evolved into what it is now. So my first ever Funny Bachelor show looks nothing like it does today. So it was very interesting how it changed.
Can you talk us through the average event, Frankie? So what's the setup here? There's somebody, they come up, like, just tell the people what they could expect if they were to go to an event like this.
Yeah, absolutely. So I host every event, and I started off with some stand-up comedy, kind of warming up the crowd, having fun with them, playing with them. And then as I introduce the panel, they come up and they also perform stand-up comedy. So you can get a sense of like who's on the panel, who are these comedians, and you get a sense of their humor. So it all opens with stand-up, and then, you know, I'll come up and interview a dater, and you get a little background on them. So before we just like jump into the date, and then we'll bring up their blind date. They have no idea who they are. And then the panel comedians will kind of riff and play and ask questions, and, you know, kind of, you know, see if there's a help them connect, or just maybe like save them time from dating each other, you know, just kind of play with them. And then we give that dater a chance to be like, all right, the one I interviewed, they'll be like, okay, do you want to second date with this date, or do you want to roll the dice and pick someone from the audience? So the audience is very involved in it if they want to be. They can opt out for dating, of course. Sometimes you get peer pressure, though.
Yep.
I love this concept. How do you find these people that are willing to do this in front of an audience and with comedians involved?
Yeah, so when I first started, it was all word of mouth. I was like recruiting people, like just networking and finding people myself. And then, you know, my friends would help me find, you know, someone they knew, you know, all networking. And then now the past few shows, I'm completely done with the casting. I have a casting guy now that does all my casting for me. So it's definitely been easier for me. Maybe not for him as much, but I do get people submitting in now. We have a whole application process, and within the application, you know, they can kind of say what they want to get from the show. Like if they want to get roasted, and they want to, you know, if they want it to be like hardcore, let's, you know, eat me up, you know, then they can sign up for that. If they really want matchmaking, you know, we can, you know, be nicer to them.
I'm just going to jump in here, Frankie. Max and Adam are both eligible bachelors, so I'm just.
Oh heck yeah!
I will be sending in an application. Can you give us like an example? Like if we do a fake first date right now, could you give us an example of what the experience is like?
Oh, okay. I hopefully I can do that for TV. That's appropriate, but sure.
Okay. How should we do this? Should I slide in? Like, okay.
So slide in like the DMs. Yes.
We're gonna date each other. Max is our dater.
Hey there, hot stuff. What's up?
You know, just living the dream. Oh, yes, the full experience. Yeah, just living the dream here. You know, it's just a Tuesday night here in the Twin Cities.
I would say that this guy's too comfortable. That's too crazy for that.
Instant red flag right away.
That's a no-go. We would tear him up for that for sure.
Frankie, it probably doesn't surprise you. I'm a little bit more timid and shy maybe when it comes to these things.
If you can't tell by the bright red face. Right
yeah,
now.
Exactly. Yeah, I kind of take a little bit more of a slower approach, if you will.
Not me.
I gotta ask though, have there been any success stories from Funny Bachelors? Have you had any people that have met on the blind date on the show that are now a legitimate couple and they're out there and they're happy together?
So I would say the show isn't old enough to see long-term results in that extreme, but I've had second dates, hookups, numbers exchanged, whatever, all those. But as far as relationship, it's too new of a show to see those long term. I mean, I've been doing it for like a year and a half, and I haven't really followed up as good as I could have been. So.
You had me at hookups. I'm going to send in an application as soon as this interview is over. If somebody was like myself was single and ready to mingle, what would you say if you were making a pitch to them? What is the appeal of Funny Bachelors?
Yeah, absolutely. So Funny Bachelors is all about taking the seriousness out of dating. And so if you can really just roll with the punches, have a good time, laugh at yourself, you're going to really hopefully form connections with other people. If not, you're just going to have a good time, meet new friends, But it is really all about creating chaos to form a connection, like adults.
You're getting big time now, Frankie. You got a casting director. You've been at this for a year and a half. What are your sort of ambitions with the Funny Bachelors, trying to get this on network television, kind of like The Bachelor on ABC? Hey, maybe we can bring you to Fox 9. Who knows? Maybe we can kind of broker a deal here, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would love to take it anywhere to TV. Right now, I'm currently building it in multiple cities.
Awesome.
So really kind of like creating it and testing the different dating markets in other places besides Minnesota. So I'm in Atlanta right now.
Atlanta.
Yep, see how the Atlanta scene is. I heard the dating's horrible here, but we'll see. And but ultimately, I would love to take it. Have some kind of network to broadcast it on. Ultimately,
we know the right people to get it on Fox 9.
So.
Don't
I
we?
think this is a genius idea. I know the stock market's down right now, but I want to buy Frankie's stock right now. I want to buy Funny Bachelor stock because I just love this idea so much. Frankie, if people want to reach out to you and be a part of this, whether on the comedian side or on the actual dating side, or just to come watch the show, how can they get in contact with you?
Yeah, so on Instagram is kind of like the easiest right now, and Funny Bachelors is just one word. Instagram, that account is going to have all the links to the tickets, to the casting. You'll have direct access to me as well on there.
That's awesome. We appreciate it so much, Frankie. And if you see an application coming through from a Max Fuller, just pass that one through right away. Just put the stamp on it, fast track that one right away.
Will do.
I appreciate you, Frank.
We'll slide into your DMs, Frankie. Thank you so much.
Thank you.